to say anything. Just know that I know that we know that you like my song. So let me find you guys on a here. No? Okay. For some reason, we have to like go to our page to find our live feed now. Whatever. Canvas is curious about the window. So you guys, I am...
Messing with the dirty belt. Hold on.
Please hold. Also, you can zoom in it just like a tiny bit if you want to. You didn't even... I don't even think... yeah, there you did.
I think it's... I don't know.
This is what it looks like right now. So, here's what's going to happen. I wanted to show you guys these V's that I did earlier today, just messing around with. There's just noises behind me. I wanted to show you guys my V's. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe you can tell me if you can see them. What's up, Jesse, Melissa, Christine, Shannon, Veronica? Hello, hello. Your physical therapist is running behind. Well, I hope it is a good meeting. So I want to show you guys this B. Will you help me before you go? I just want to show them up close the back of this and the front of this.
They saw it, right?
I don't know. Did it focus on the cool detail in the back? So I did these and I was like, I want to know what I could do with spray paint and then just white resin, because that's all I did on these is just put a little bit of white into my resin and then did a wave. So I was like, what if I did an awesome background? Can you believe these are medium? I can tell my medicine is wearing off because I've got flight of ideas. So I liked how it looked, and then I was like, maybe I could paint the background something unique and then just use white and resin to make it do. And so that's what I'm going to do in theory. So to do this, I picked all of these neon-y, electric-y colors. I wouldn't dare put this many colors into resin because y'all know me, you know my standard formula is about 4 colors. So thank you, TG, to remind people to give their thumbs. Also, hello, TG, and Manamana. I think you're the only person, Nancy, that gets a whole song. So I'm using Azul Formentera. I'm sure I said that wrong. And this is by Montana in the white can. I don't know what this series is about. B, what's the white can of Montana about? What does it mean? I don't know. It's Montana 94. And then the pink is Freak. And it is by Montana, but in the black label. I think the black label is like acrylic based, but I'm not entirely sure. Like not enamel based. Anyways, the black is called Guess Black in the black label. The green is called Infra Green. It is also in the black label. It's the new Infra formula. I'm sure infra means nope. Infrared, no. Maybe infrared, not interference. That doesn't make any sense. So fluoro orange is in the 94 can. The gold chrome is in the black label. And then I have 2 of these Rust-Oleum. Totally meant to do that. Rust-Oleum fluorescent cans. These are translucent, so I always try to throw those in when I'm doing rainbow things because they kind of blend and overlap the colors, which I will show you guys in just a moment. So when you're working with spray paint, wear a respirator. I am not in this moment. I have a ventilator running. I have really big space, but listen to your own body and do what you got to do. If I had a respirator on, you couldn't really hear me speak. And so I'm leaving it off for right now in this moment. And I'm just going to base this a little bit in a white that I haven't shaken yet. What's up, Shelly? Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of white on here because that'll keep my brights really bright. That sounds like a commercial for a detergent. Okay, so I'm going to hit the heat gun just real lightly in between the layers of color just to dry it out a little bit. If you use too much spray paint in one area, it's going to end up dripping on you. I am pouring on one of our rimmed cradle boards. I think she just sniffed some, I think she just smelled a little spray paint. Okay, and then I'm going to do some green. I'm going to just kind of be loose with the pattern, and I know I'm going to end up overlapping some colors, and that is perfectly fine. I'm going to try not to put colors that are opposite on the color wheel next to each other because it's just not going to be cute. I'm just kind of splotching it in. Just fold it in. So letting that blue a little bit over the pink gives me a purple. So I'm not using a purple in this because it's really hard to find a brightly colored purple. So you can see this yellow is the fluoro Rust-Oleum yellow. I am using our spray paint caps so I have more control and I don't have too much air pressure, so it's not going to sputter as much as it would if I was using a different kind of cap. If you're worried about sputtering and don't have caps like we have on our website, then just have your board up a little bit so that you don't have to worry about it. So I'm using this fluorescent to add the yellow color and to give me some secondary colors. If I put this yellow over pink, it's going to give me kind of an orange in theory. And over blue, it's going to give me purple in theory. I mean, not blue, not purple. It's going to give me green. Y'all, been a day. So you can see it gave me the green, the orange, and some purple. And this is kind of just what I use to blend in between the colors and to kind of brighten everything up a little bit. But then it gets too bright and I have to tone it down, which is fine. I didn't get that much orange, so I'm just gonna try not to get too crazy with this orange because reasons. Bowie, you are fine. I think I'm gonna put back in some of the brighter green. I'm gonna end up covering the outside rim in a different color, so I'm not that concerned with how that looks. Just need to brighten up the blue again. And the blue is opaque, so it can go over anything. Then I'm going to put the pink and we're going to move on to resin. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my resin so that can be working while we're finishing up this part. Yes, a white teeth commercial. So for this project, I am using the Alumilite Amazing Quick Coat. It is a UV resistant, low or no VOC, quick curing epoxy. It cures up in, well, it's going to give me like 20 minutes to work with it, maybe 30, depending on different factors, but it doesn't give you long to work with it. And I love this thing. It's a great resin when you want something that cures really fast and won't smell out your house, and has UV resistance. It's great. So let's do the pink again. I don't know if I've done this pink yet, actually. Just gonna brighten up things with this pink color. Awesome. All right. Now that we have those, yeah. Now I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna dust on first some white where my sand is. And that is because the chrome colored spray paint that I use, if I just put this onto raw cradle board, then it just soaks in and doesn't give that metallic sheen. So I'm going to let that sit for a moment while I stir the edges of my resin. I have links down in the description box if you're interested in this resin at a discount. It is by Alumilite. There's an Alumilite link and Alumilite code down in the description. I don't have a link for the spray paints, but you can get them at, like, we get ours from local art stores and head shops. A head shop is usually where graffiti artists go or skateboarders. Sometimes people looking for novelty pipes will go there. I'm just trying to think of all the things that are there that may like ring a bell to some people. Not that you guys know about novelty pipes. I am comfy. I am in my Fireball Christmas onesie. I tend to wear this thing most days out of the winter months because it's just easy to put on. It's like worker overalls and it's warm. And I even take the dogs out to go potty in my Christmas onesie. No shame. I'm okay with it. But if you're interested in the caps, they're on our website, artisttilldeath.com. It just makes spray painting a little bit easier and more controlled. This Istelio stand mixer can be found on Amazon. I also have a link down in the description, and using my link to get to Amazon really helps us out here at Artists Till Death. So I'm just going to kind of dust this on so you kind of see some of the white, but you also see some of the sparkle from the gold. So it looks more of a sheen. Hope you can see that. Now, when this is all cured, I'm going to tape off or mask off the center area where we're going to do our ocean, and then paint this outside rim probably black. Probably. So I should be getting a huge order of just resin products coming up soon. That is the next order that should be coming in. Super pumped about that. And then next on the list of gonna be delivered is Color Obsession, which means all the tints will be back in stock. All right. So even if you get one of these awesome Istelio stand mixers from Amazon using my link, you still have to scrape the sides. While it's awesome to like kind of set it and forget it while it's mixing, you still have to scrape the sides to ensure that you get a full and complete incorporation of your part A and part B. And trust me, you don't want to know what happens when you don't get it fully mixed together. It breaks dreams, wrecks hearts, and messes up your artwork. So just trust me that you want to make sure that your resin's completely mixed, because it's a lot of heartache to have to throw something away that you made. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I'm just going to give it a few more swirls to make sure that we really, really mixed everything together. I'm going to turn the light on with you guys. And I think I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can kind of more so see what I'm about to do. I love this type of ocean wave. It's one of my favorites. It's going to be amazing. Okay, I forgot that I needed a little bit of something sparkly. And for that, we are going to use our Milky Way / shooting star, however you want to say. This is an awesome, awesome product. It is by Resin Art. You can also get it on my website, artisttilldeath.com. It looks like a really kind of flaky, like a large flake mica, but that's because it has this awesome binder in it that gives really cool effects. And it's super sparkly and you don't need a lot at all. So I'm using probably 2 of these, like a knocked off. Hope you can see that. I feel like a makeup product review person. Hope you can see that. It's not a lot. So we're going to try there just to start. And yeah, it looks kind of chunky when you start to mix it in. Let me come over there and show you guys because it's magic. But when it's mixed in, it's like this most subtle, slightly rainbowy sparkle. I love it because it's sparkly without being like, oh, glitter. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a stigma around glitter, and that's fine. It is what it is. I'm just saying, not a concern with this stuff. Right. Hey, Angie, how are you doing? Thanks for reminding people for the thumbs. All right. That is going to be way too much for the amount of white we are about to make, but it's fine. I'm using Larez Angel White on this, but I am currently out in my shop. A very, very close, nearly almost exactly identical white is the Just Resin Titanium, which I do have in stock until I get my Angel White in. It's a great product as well. It works and looks almost exactly like this one. So Christine asks, how does this, the Milky Way compare to the abalone shell? So the abalone shell is a little bit more rainbowy. This has a little bit more of a silver fleck as well as some rainbow, whereas the abalone is more rainbow and less like silvery color. Okay. So I'm going to try to figure out where my shoreline is going to be. I think I'm going to come to right here. Oh my goodness. I can kind of see that. It kind of let me etch it away a little bit. Can you guys see that? That gives me like ideas to do further etching under like artwork moving forward. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to add this along that shoreline that I made, and then we're just going to fill it in. I don't want to add too much because then it's just going to flow off, and I'm going to have an issue when I go to tilt this bad boy later. B, I'm going to have extra resin if you want to do some coasters. You're just going to have to make your decision kind of fast because it's quick coat. Well, essentially, if you just want to do clear oceans. Okay, so that's our shoreline. And if we want to do multiple layers on this, it would be extra awesome. So I'm keeping my options open for that. Now, when I add my white for my wave, I'm making sure that I'm grabbing both the substrate, so it's touching the sand part of my piece, as well as the resin or the water area of my piece. And that is so that I can kind of stretch the waves that I'm about to make on here. It just, in my opinion, looks super cool when that happens. Because when resin is just on resin, it just kind of glides over itself and doesn't give you really awesome reactions. like this will. Now, I feel like my wave shape in this moment is a little bit too like Pepsi. Nothing wrong with Pepsi. No problem with it. It's just that's not how a real ocean would be. But anyways, we can fix that later. For sure, TJ, one of my go-tos as well. So I'm going to use a heat gun on half and a torch on half just to show you what the difference is. So I'm going to try to zoom in. On the opportune areas. All right. I'm just going to tilt that resin back this way that tilted forward when I was showing you guys. All right. So I'm just going to do this bit right here with the torch just so you guys can see what that wave looks like in comparison. So I heat it at first. I just kind of give it a little bit of motion using your face. And then I heat it just a little bit more with a torch to get those cells to pop up. And that is how I do a torch and tilt wave. Now, what I usually do is use my concentrator nozzle, which you can find on our website, and a heat gun that has a really good amount of air flow. And what this concentrator nozzle is going to do is kind of make a ripple, kind of what this looks like since I did like the first breath and then the second breath. If you want to not try to faint in your resin, this is a great option. This is actually on my website, the groom's cake. It's kind of a larger hole in the front, whereas I have a wedding cake that has a smaller nozzle in the front, and that'll give you more ripples. So just like with the torch and tilt, I'm going to get mad at my heat gun for not going on. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to preheat just where I'm going to be working, and I'm going to just do little circles till I see it start to move. Little circles till I see it start to move. And then I'll kind of trail it out a little bit into the wave to kind of keep it moving. And I'm just going to do this side a little bit as well to kind of just marry those two ends together. And I'm not going to stop it because then it'll mess up what I'm doing here. But I think I like the other side better than the torch and tilt. So I'm just going to try to catch this side up with the first side. I'm going to have to use a torch on this area down here, but that's not a problem. How fun. So this area here, that's kind of, how can you guys see this better? Okay, yeah. So this area here that doesn't have as much white in the forefront is because I didn't put enough white in front of where I had my clear. And so it just rolled over the top and only grabbed a little bit. If I didn't have anything touching the sand, then it would have just rolled backwards. And if I had more touching the sand, it would have been like this and this. It's really hard to fix that at this juncture. So I'm just going to kind of edge up my wave a little bit. And then we can fix this bit during this second wave, which I won't be adding today because it's my opinion that you should wait till your piece is cured to do a second wave. I'm just going to touch this area with some heat a little bit and try to get it to disperse some. Actually, that reservoir is full, so I'm going to try to roll it around. so I can fill up more of the reservoir. And actually, I think that looks okay. I think it looks pretty cool. And I have a little bit of resin left over, so I'm going to see what all I can do with it before it starts to cure, since it is a quick coat. So I have another piece here. Hopefully I can get it unwrapped before my resin cures on us. Gonna be cutting it close, fam. It's a race against the clock that I am not prepared for, but we'll make it work anyways. So I'm using one of our clear clock substrates. Let's turn that light off to give you guys a better view a little bit. All right. So let's do a wave. So what you do with our clear shapes is you take the backing off of one side, put resin on that side, and then once your piece is cured, then you take the backing off and you don't have any cleanup, and it is just such a time saver. And you can get these from our website, artistsouldeath.com. Okay. We're just going to do all a heat gun wave on this one. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I'm trying to not waste resin. We'll just do this a couple times. See what that looks like. Cool. All right. Here we go. Just going to tilt it a little bit. Preheat it, tiny circles. And since I have 3 kind of waves, I have to work it down a little bit more than I usually would have. Oh no, it might just take over. I may have just done too much of the clear. Well, let's just tilt it around and see what happens. Actually, I think that's going to look really cool. Where's the, oh, it's stuck to it. Okay, I may have time to do one more. It's amazing how not a lot of product you can end up using and still come out with really awesome artwork. I mixed in the beginning, I think 8 ounces, and I've done a 15-inch round. That clock is 12-inch, and we're about to do another 12-inch piece. That is if I can get this paper off in time. I cannot wait to take the backs off of these tomorrow. It's like Christmas morning without it even being Christmas morning. Basically, yeah. So I'm going to give you guys a better look at these. That's not going to work. After I get them all done. Not going to work. Okay. Let's make a geode. So let's wipe all that off. I'm going to start with the white on this one because it's going to dictate kind of where the clear goes. And this is going to kind of be like an island in the center and then the clear water around. And then if we end up liking the piece, then we can just spray paint the back any color that we want after we look at it in its completion. And I think that's super cool. Okay, white check. Okay, some of my clear has rolled over my white right here, so I'm gonna have to fix that because we won't get as great of cells just right in that area. The white needs to be on top. This is a top cell white. It is not a base cell white. I have plenty of base cell products on my website if you are into base cell activators. But today it's all about the top cell. If you guys want, just let me know down below if you want me to do a comparison video of top cell and base cell whites or just paste in general. I've also been thinking about doing another comparison video of all of the types of colorants that you can use in resin. Would that interest y'all? Let me know. I am so on the clock with this quick coat. Thank you guys for being patient with my being able to read comments currently. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. Typically, I put the pieces on tilt. I don't know if that's going to really work with this one because we're going to be going all the way around, tiny circles. I'm just using my face to kind of blow out from the center. Ugh. Whew. I thought for a minute there I was going to pass out a little bit, but we made it. So it looks a little bit donutty right now, so I'm going to kind of just try to blend out some of these edges so it doesn't look quite so consistent all the way around. And to do that, I'm just heating the edge and trying not to pass out. I mean, blowing out until it disperses. Same. Now, when using a torch, you have to be very careful not to scorch your resin. It is very easy to do. If you see it move, pull back your heat. If you see it smoke, hold your breath and then move your whole self because it's going to smell horrible. Even no VOC epoxies will have an odor and release chemicals if you scorch them. And on top of, noxious gas, not noxious, they're not noxious. On top of just not fun smells permeating from the resin, you could end up with like a scab-like finish because that's what it looks like when you scorch your resin. Ooh, I'm really liking this. I want to do a bigger one. Should I do a bigger one? Yeah, let me know if you tune in for me doing a bigger one, and I'll tell Jeff that I need a bigger geode. It's going to be quite a scramble to try to get a large piece done in the amount of time that you have to work with the amazing quick coat, but it'll be fun to watch, I imagine. I love how this looks. I cannot wait till I can take the backing off and show you guys what it looks like, just clear and amazing. Hi, recovering foodie. I will absolutely do a comparison video, an updated comparison video on the different types of colorants. I do have some already on my channel, but it doesn't have all the available colorants that I know of on there. And so I will definitely do a new one for you guys because I do think it would be helpful. Kat, I'm doing my best not to pass out. Top versus bottom. I see you, Jesse. Yes, Kat, it is awful when you inhale scorched resin. Right? I should use Jeff's face to do this, but his face is all the way in there. I think he's taking a shower. So let me show you guys what this looks like up close and personal. How fun. Focus. Can you focus? No, not gonna. Okay, there's some. How fun are those cells? You can get those cells from using, today it was Angel White from Lorez, but I am out of that color at my website, artistilldeath.com. So you can also use Just Resin's Titanium White, which is also on my website. And the sparkle in the background is the Milky Way or Shooting Star, also on my website. It is from Lorez. Here's our white round ocean on a clock. It is a very angry ocean, but I love the difference in like tonality because of all the different layers of white we did. Nice, nice. And then our rainbow. Those cells really grew into themselves, didn't they? Even our interesting little torched ones. Ooh, those are big. Ooh, let me just show you the size of these ones. So here's the end of a popsicle stick. That's a big cell. And those are the coasters we did yesterday. Bowie says hello, apparently. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bowie, enough. I'm super excited to do that new comparison video for you guys. Hopefully I'll have the latest Crime and Craft up this week. I've been hit with the sickness. Okay, calm down. I've been hit with the sickness, so I haven't been at 100% to finish editing that, but we'll get it done this week. Bowie, thank you, and enough. So anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to do a bigger one of these because I really want to highlight, I wish you guys can see really this like ripply looking actual texture that's not because it's behind, because that's the bottom side of this piece. That just, I feel like there's a way I could harness this look. And I haven't found it yet, but I'm going to. Going to with y'all's help. Anyways, let me see if there's any questions I haven't answered. You guys are so amazing. Thank you, TG, for adding those links. You're the absolute literal best. And I don't have anywhere to put this, so it's just going to live right here till it cures, which won't be long. It'll be a couple hours because I use the quick coat. Anyways, is it possible to layer the clear bases together to create a 3D effect? Yes, you can. I was doing something similar to that yesterday. So we did these coasters yesterday, and I was showing people that you can absolutely layer them together. You can just, I would use E6000 or the standoff wall mounts. They just go in the little corners, and you can get clear ones. And yeah, just pretend this part is clear. And then it looks great. But yes, you can layer them. Yes, they look amazing. Yes, I am biased. And in case you missed what the white also does when it sinks through other colors, it makes this like feathery look when it's laying on like a surface, like our clear ornament shapes. It kind of pools in these little shapes that I super love. Melissa, yeah, you can put translucent blues on the other side. If you don't even want to use resin, you can just use spray paint. But yes, absolutely, you can do that. The shapes are very versatile. And if you want a custom shape or size, just shoot me a message on the website, and I'm happy to have Jeff cut them for you. Now, this is unrelated, but have you done any emerald or jade stone colored projects? I've done many emerald and a few malachite, Life of Dan, and I'm happy to do another one. Are you looking for something that's like clear, like a geode, or something that's more like a countertop type finish? Either way, yes, I'm happy to do one. I just need to know which one so I can prepare my colors and etc. So Bowie wanted to say hello. Big boy. Bowie, who are you yelling at? Who are you yelling at, my precious boy? Okay. She came in like a wrecking ball. Countertop. I'm the guy who made the marble guitar. Well, you're probably, oh yeah, I do remember you. If you guys haven't seen Dan's guitar, I don't know if you have it on social media or YouTube specifically, but it's pretty rad. I will absolutely do an emerald or jade countertop. Absolutely. Listen, I may be a space cadet sometimes. I may be forgetful the rest of the time, but I make it a point to remember my clients, my customers, and my fam, my subscribers, and all the people that reach out to me for anything at all ever. Well, I can't wait till you do, Dan, because it's pretty amazing. All right, you guys, I have to take these two out because Canvas is starting to rip apart her puppy. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Recovering Foodie. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Leave me your thumbs and recommendations on what you would like to see on our channel down below. And we'll see you guys next time. Be kind to one another because you never know what someone's going through. And always remember that we do the test so you don't have to. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Canvas, stop ripping apart your bear. Canvas. No, ma'am. All right, guys. Bye. I said bye.